Hello guys! Welcome to our English lesson. Today we are going to consider the word 30 from the book of words by Abay. I would like to introduce you to our lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand the main points in unsupported, extended talk and give a brief description of the work of the famous poet. Use appropriate vocabulary and syntax. Talk about a range of general and curricular topics. Distinguish negative actions in the character of a person. Find out the absence of humanity, dishonesty, heroism, and the determined philosophical understanding of the meaning of death, life, conscience, honor. Before, I would like you to pay attention to the following picture and answer the question: which country is this monument of Abay located in? This monument is located in Russia, more exactly in Moscow. The monument to Abay was built in Moscow, near the embassy of Kazakhstan, in 2006. By the decisions of the presidents of two countries, the year 2006 was declared the year of Abay in Russia and the year of Pushkin in Kazakhstan. In this regard, a monument to Pushkin was built in Nur-Sultan city, and the monument to Abay was erected in Moscow. The work on the monument was funded by the Republic of Kazakhstan. Dear students, before reading the text, please take into your consideration these new words. Boastful, praising yourself and what you have done. Windbag, a person who talks too much about boring things. Self-esteem, belief, and the confidence in your own ability and the value. Narrow-minded, not willing to accept ideas or ways of behaving that are different from your own. Shallow, having only a short distance from the top to the bottom. Valor, great courage. Conscience, the part of you that judges how moral your own actions are and makes you feel guilty about bad things that you have done or things you feel responsible for. Saddle, in charge or in control. Reckless, doing something dangerous and not worrying about the risks and the possible results. Bullets, a small metal object that is shot from a gun. Noble, moral in an honest, brave and kind way. Resign, to give up a job or position by telling your employer that you are leaving. Sacrificial, offered as a sacrifice. Slay, to kill in a violent way. Creep, to move slowly, quietly and carefully, usually in order to avoid being noticed. Brewing, if an unpleasant situation or a storm is brewing, you feel that is about to happen. Bogus, false, not real, not legal. Bravery, brave behavior or actions. Faint-hearted, being not confident or brave and dislikes taking unnecessary risks. Unselfish, an unselfish person thinks about what is good for other people, not just about their own advantage. Generous, willing to give money, help, kindness, etc., especially more than is usual or expected. Dishonorable, a dishonorable action causes embarrassment and the loss of people's respect. Brazen, obvious without any attempt to be hidden. Tireless, working energetically and continuously. And now guys, I believe you are ready for listening. Let's read the text. What we call boastful windbags are found amongst our people. Even if you put 40 of them to the test, you won't find one can be helped of. What are they good for? They lack good sense and self-esteem. They are narrow-minded and shallow, without valor, humanity, or conscience. Some fellow will fling over his shoulder, "Don't bother me. Am I not better than others? Is my head strung to another man's saddle? Does he put meat into my pot or give me livestock for milk?" Or he may speak out sharply, with reckless resolve, "Why should I spare myself life? Is my life really worth much? I'm ready to brave bullets or exile for a noble cause. We die but one death." Have you ever encountered a Kazakh whose deeds are in keeping with such words? For myself, I have never seen anyone who was resigned to death, but no one will admit their fear of it. At times true, any of them will make as if slitting his throat with the palm of his hand in a gesture of sacrificial readiness. "Let me be slain on this very spot." Had these words been sincere, their speaker could have felt us, if not by his intelligence, then by his incredible courage. Yet what shall we, one whose threats are directed only at cowards, all set to creep into the nearest hole if trouble is brewing? This is nothing more than bogus bravery to scare the faint-hearted into admitting his wrath is terrible indeed. My God, if he were good at heart, generous and unselfish, if he were brave and true to his word, could his good points be not seen in his face? This fellow is one of those dishonorable types of whom it is said, "A brazen face has tireless jaws." And now, students, read the text again and try to do following practice tasks. Task 1. Answer the following questions using just one word or phrase from the list below: arrogance, fear of death, bogus bravery, boastful windbags. 1. How did Abai call people who have no common sense and self-esteem, who are narrow-minded and a superficial valor, humanity, or conscience? Boastful windbags. What quality of a person can be seen from this phrase? "Don't bother me. Am I not better than others? Is my head strung to another man's saddle?" in the text. Arrogance. But no one will admit their fear of it. What was Abai talking about? Fear of death. "Let me be slain on this very spot." What does this phrase mean according to Abai? Bogus bravery. Task 2. What positive and negative qualities of a person are described in this text? Positive qualities are good at heart, generousness, unselfishness, braveness, true to word. Negative qualities of a person are boasting, self-esteem, narrow-mindedness, shallowness, without valor, without humanity, without conscience. Task 3. Complete the sentence with words from the text. Does he put meat into my pot or give me blank for milk? Livestock. Or he may speak out sharply with blank resolve. Reckless. I have never seen anyone who was blank to death. Resigned. Any of them will make as if slitting blank with the palm of his hand in a gesture of sacrificial readiness. his throat. Their speaker could have felt as if not by his blank, then by his incredible courage. Intelligence. His wrath is blank indeed. Terrible. This fellow is one of those blank types of whom it is said, a brazen face has tireless jaws. Dishonorable. Very well, guys. Today during the lesson, you have understood and learned the main points in unsupported extended talk, and you can give a brief description of the work of the famous poet. Also, you can distinguish negative actions in the character of a person, find out the absence of humanity, dishonesty, heroism, and determine philosophical understanding of the meaning of death, life, conscience, and honor. At home, you should read the text and give answer the following questions. First, what does great Abai call readers to? Second, which criticism of Abai deserves attention more than others in your opinion, and why? And now I want you to express your attitude to our today's lesson and give self-assessment using the method traffic light. Please write below. Red if you liked the lesson, it was interesting and not difficult for you. Yellow if the lesson was interesting but there were some difficulties. And the green if the lesson was boring and you haven't learned anything. On this note, our lesson is coming to an end. See you soon. Goodbye.